I wish I could have loved Sekiro. So much about it is perfect, including the handling of the character, the stealth mechanics, the world and enemy design, new grapple system, which adds a whole new element of verticality to FromSoft's formula, and so many other things. But I think the developers took the difficulty too far with this one. Before you dismiss me as a casual and tell me to get good, let me just say that I beat the game 4 days ago. Yes, I finished the whole thing. And I enjoyed a lot of it, especially the stealth sections, which were implemented extremely well. But if I'm being honest, it feels like the balance between tough and fair was completely thrown off this time. I'm an avid Souls fan, been playing these games since 2011, and I've loved every single one. They are tough as nails, but they always feel fair. Death is treated as a learning experience rather than a punishment, and if you're careful, you can almost always get your XP back after you die. If a boss is kicking your trash, you can grind smaller enemies for a while to level up. You can switch out armor, weapons, rings, buffs, and other stuff to see which strategy works best. Some bosses are easier to tank, some bosses require speed and precise dodging, but there's always a way to work around the problem. It's like a puzzle. If you try enough strategies, you'll eventually be victorious. And if worst comes to worst, you can always summon a friend to help. It's a tough series, but there's always a way to win, and that's what I like about Souls. Tough, but fair. Always. With Sekiro, every single benefit I just mentioned is gone. Every single one. If you die, and you will, you lose half your money immediately, along with your XP. There's a small random chance that unseen aid will kick in and save your currency, but that chance starts at 30% and gets lower whenever you die. I was at 4% by the end of the game, and literally saw unseen aid twice in my last 10 hours. There are no alternate weapons, there is no armor customization whatsoever, there's no grinding to level up, there's no summoning at all. There are no alternate strategies to beat a boss, you either deflect or you die. I got really good at deflecting, and sometimes it's incredibly fun and satisfying, and I would have happily played the game if that was the focus, but it isn't. Sekiro focuses on making the boss encounters as difficult as possible in the most spammy, annoying way. The game teaches you deflecting and forces you to master it, but even if you do, the bosses are still almost impossible. They have enormous health pools, multiple phases, and most of them can one-shot you with no problem at all. Bosses can take upwards of 20 minutes, during which your gameplay has to be literally perfect, or you're dead. It never feels fun, it feels like a grind. I was so frustrated because my deflecting was so good. I mean, I pretty much mastered it, but if I made one mistake 12 minutes into a fight, it was over. Yes, you can resurrect. Yes, the bosses can hit you during your resurrect animation. Yes, the bosses can also resurrect again and again. There was never a sense of accomplishment or elation after a tough boss fight. I just felt glad to be done and angry that it wasted so much of my time. In particular, the last boss has 4 phases, all of them incredibly difficult and took me over 100 tries to kill. It stopped being fun so long ago, and I just wanted to uninstall the game at that point. If you search YouTube for guides on how to beat a specific boss in Sekiro, the most popular videos are going to be guides on how to cheese a given boss, just so you can get past him and move on. I don't think everyone is playing this game the way it was meant to be played. It's confining in its mechanics, and people are frustrated. I've also completely stopped trying to have reasonable conversations with other Souls fans at this point. Many of them are so high on their elite gamer status that they can't listen to a word of criticism against the game. The last boss could have been 3 separate enemies at the same time, all of them with 8 health bars, and these people would still tell me to get good and that I'm a casual for not having the patience to grind through it. There's been a fair amount of controversy surrounding Sekiro and its lack of an easy mode. I don't think it's ever been necessary in any previous FromSoft game, and it probably isn't the best solution now either. In a game so limited in its gameplay options, I'm not surprised there's only one difficulty mode. The game isn't for me. There's so much about it that is amazing, but prepare for some serious roadblocks.